everyone, Oh My Giona here, and today I'm gonna be reading One Piece chapter 1067. I don't know what to expect. After that heated chapter last week, it's like anything can happen. All of a sudden we saw Dragon and Vegapunk in one page. Like, I still can't believe it. But I don't know. This Oda can bring this somewhere else, could show us Elbaf, who knows? But yeah, one thing that I'm quite sure of is that we are heading to Elbaf because now we have a reason to go there. We know that Usopp really wanted to go there before, and it's like, yeah, it's gonna come up, right? But now, I commented this in Recon's afterthoughts, but I believe that Vegapunk will die here and Luffy will not be able to save him, and he would not have the chance to tell them all the stuff that he knows about the Void Century from like all those books that he found in Ohara. And so now they would have a reason for them to actually go to Elbaf because everything is there. And then we get the Sol and Robin reunion. That would be amazing. But yeah, who knows what's going to happen in this chapter? Is there even a cover page? Okay, let's start. Oh, maybe I am wrong. The title for 1067 is Punk Records. Is that what he's going to show them? Because Shaka said, oh, I'm going to show you something, like follow me. It says here Punk Records. Yo, let's go! Caesar and Judge. Can't believe I'm happy to see Judge, but I am. I forget. Who are you again? Judge versus Caesar. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, hopefully we get the information that we wanted to see. At least I wanted to see it during the Sanji versus Queen fight, but we didn't get much of that. This is a really nice supplementary story for what we're going through now because we have Vegapunk. And then we have the cover page here. They will probably reveal some stuff about Vegapunk that we don't know about, or that my cat. Or that he won't tell us in like the main story. So this is a nice supplement for all of that. Notes. So you can listen to the film read SBS. By using an app called Secondary Audio Screening at any theater. I rejected it as a Blu-ray special feature. What? SBS? Oh, probably just in Japan. I don't think we would have it here. Sad life. But it's okay. Watch Film Red if you haven't yet. It's really good. I've watched it twice now. The second time was so much better, actually, because I knew exactly what was going on. I think I cried more. The second time, it was so... Oh, gosh. But it's not about Film Red. Let's go watch it. Okay, yeah, Bonnie. A most curious head. What happened to your head? It used to be like a massive light bulb. Yeah, I mean, it's probably he cut it out and then gave pieces of it to his different personas, his satellites. That's how he split up his personality. Just shared the brains, It was getting a tad too long, so I cut it. So his brain actually was growing. That's so interesting. I don't think my brain would grow it more than this. I have a pretty big head. But I don't think my brain would grow even more. I don't really need it much. So I cut it. Okay. We're not talking about hair here. That's so true. What happened to his eye? Oh, never mind. That's just so confusing. His eyes are weird. Are those like double eyes? Or I'm so confused. Or he has like two eyebrows, like two each. It looks like his eye was popping out. Okay. As I recall, I was almost as tall as a giant when I met you. Hmm? Wait, he's pretty big though. I thought he would be tiny. As I recall, I was almost as tall as a giant when I met you because of his head. So he was as tall as a giant? I mean, he's about the same height as Jimbei right now. I heard rumors about it being big, but it was like an air balloon. Well, that's because I ate the Brit. Oh, did anybody thought of that? I just assumed he was a genius. That makes so much sense, though. Okay, he says, well, that's because I ate the brain fruit. That makes so much sense. I thought he was just a genius, you know, super smart guy. But with everything that we're finding out now, it makes so much sense. His brain's actually growing. It's getting bigger, right? That's why he's super smart. He's beyond everybody else. And like his head keeps on growing and he was able to cut it off and like split it up. That explains everything. It's a fruit. Why did I not think of that? Everything can be explained by a devil fruit. If anybody like made a theory that he ate a fruit, like a brain fruit, I hope you have a good meal today. You deserve it. If anybody did. Because my gosh, that did not come to mind at all. In Japanese, he gets tongue-tied trying to say the fruit's name. Oh, it's Nomi. Nomi. Pardon me, I bit my tongue. I meant to say I'm a brainy human because I ate the brain fruit. Gosh, it allows me to memorize an unlimited amount of knowledge. Wow. And makes my brain grow in size accordingly. And he can control how much it grows. Oh, because he... Okay, I have to finish reading first. Having an unlimited data bank is a handy ability for a born genius like me. He was already a genius and then he ate the brain fruit. So he was able to use it to its full capacity. So he keeps growing. So now he's like splitting it up so that he can do more things. Or else he would have such a huge head. He said he's as big as a giant back when he had his like original head. Oh my gosh, I'm so... Brain fruit. Dang. That's insane. Now I have the largest brain in the world and it continues to grow. Still? Did you put it somewhere? Excuse me. That's awesome. Have you got tons of medical knowledge too, Dr. Vegapunk? Naturally. Wow! That's like a dream come true for Chopper. Does that mean you're dumb now, old guy? Because you cut your brain out? Don't write off a genius, you rascal! Does that mean you're dumb now? Because you took out your brain? It makes sense, though, for Luffy's logic. See this apple here? It's an antenna. That's how he controls all his other brains. Take a gander at the top of the island. Notice how it says Punk Records? Oh yeah, I did say that. Under the giant egg, that's the hangar where I keep my brain. What? Isn't that way too big? There's no harm in me being away from it since my antenna can pick up the brain waves. So he keeps his whole brain over there. Okay. That's... I did not think about that. You met a little girl earlier who called herself Vegapunk, right? That's one of my clones. There are 6 on the island. You're a ninja? Luffy. He thinks Vegapunk has like jutsu. Gosh. Each one is a facet of myself and an expert of their own key field of study. You'd get my full personality if you combine them, but they can get 6 times the work done apart. Okay, so he has like his violent personality and all that stuff. That would be nice. Then if I had that, I would cut out my lazy personality and it can just chill around, you know? Be lazy. And then I get to do more things. Where's that brain fruit at? What the? Oh, they're showing all of them again. Each of them connects to punk records once a day to synchronize our memories and knowledge. Since their dispositions and responsibilities are so different, the wealth of their experience is that much greater. That's so cool. Because he put them in categories and they were able to do like a specialty that they can work on. Ah, that's so cool. Desire is York. Wisdom, Pythagoras, evil, Lilith. So he's saying he has an evil part of him. I mean, maybe we all do. Logic, Shaka, Flair, Edison, Wrath, Atlas. Okay. Luffy's just confused. You all share the same brain? I find it difficult to wrap my head around that. I love that pun. I find it difficult to wrap my head around that. Around you guys having the same brain. Love it. Just think of it as sharing the same library. If only I could let everyone in the world connect to my brain, all of humanity would have access to my knowledge. Dang. That would be insane though. Because then everyone would be thinking the same thing. That sucks. I don't want that. No, Vegapunk, we don't want it. Then if the population of the world went on to update punk records themselves, it'd create a sea of information that'd surpass what my brain can accomplish alone. I see what he's saying because we all have different experiences. Like, say, you would have gone to a different country I have not been to. But if you sync to his brain would take that knowledge and share it with me. So that's super cool. It's kind of like there's this one brain and we're all trying to like live life and we accumulate knowledge and then pass it on to that main brain and then that main brain shares it to everyone. Well, isn't that the internet? Right? That's the internet. Because people would go places, travel there, share their experiences, tell you which like restaurants are good or where to go and stuff like that. Then you take that information, it goes to your brain, and then you could share it to, oh, it's the internet. His brain is the internet. Ha! I've solved it. Humanity would share one mind. That's too... No, I don't think we want people to share one mind. Because then we won't have... we won't develop ourselves? Is that the right word? Like, we won't be able to go forward if we don't have opposing thoughts. Because having someone check you, you know, keep you in check, and you keep them in check, is like, it enables us to do more things in like the right way too. Because if we all share one mind, that's it. Like, what if we all decide like, oh, we don't want to evolve whatever this is and let's just stay here? Then yeah, the civilization won't progress, right? That's an interesting thing, though. For someone who's a genius, for his thoughts to be like this. So I'd be able to study medicine from all over the world. Naturally. Yeah, it sounds really good at first, but when you really think about it, it's not as good as it sounds at first. Right? Of course it would be cool to have all the knowledge, but like, nah. Woo! They're all just flying around because they figured out the shoe thing, that they can fly using it. Okay, now Jinbei's asking questions here. But if you let everyone share their conflicting ideologies, wouldn't all that bias lead to trouble? Yeah, that's the thing. We have conflicting ideas. You sure are a sharp one, Knight of the Sea, but science would never progress if you spent all day worrying about stuff like that. So he's just saying, like, get all the ideas mixed up and just see what happens, kind of thing. He's so chillax. That's your problem, Vegapunk. You shrug off sacrifices in the name of progress. That's why Dad's been turned into a heartless weapon. It's Bonnie now. Wow, Bonnie! Stop it. That beam saber is defective. Give it a rest. I know it cuts well enough. I tested it earlier. Turn my dad back to normal. Bonnie looks so good. If you even think about saying no, don't be hasty, Bonnie. Killing him would make you a lot of enemies. That's Jinbei. Hit the off switch, Bonnie. That beam attracts a ludicrous number of bugs. That's why it's defective. No, bugs everywhere. Gross. She's out. She got knocked out by the bugs. Check it out, Bonnie. He found a beetle. This isn't the time for beetles. Look at her. She fainted. That makes perfect sense. What does? Of course Bonnie wants me dead. It's ironic that one of my many failures saved me. That is ironic. He meant like the laser saber, right? It saved him. That's something to really think about. One of my many failures saved me. That's a nice line right there. It's ironic that one of my many failures saved me. This is very optimistic, thinking of your failures. Because they're disappointing, right? It's upsetting. But thinking that one day that failure would save you. Dang, that's Sanji and Judge, isn't it? Judge always thought of him as a failure. But Sanji saved them. Whole cake. Speaking of which, you guys were recently in Wano, correct? What's going on? You wouldn't happen to know whether a dragon, just like Kaido, really appeared there. It's Momo! Yeah, we saw him. You made the fruit, didn't you? Oh, you're talking about Momo! I suppose he ate the defective fruit I left on Punk Hazard. Defective? What do you mean? Yeah, he did say it's defective. But what's the problem with it? That was an artificial devil fruit I synthesized. I made it after 20 years of researching Kaido's lineage factor. It cost countless resources. What's wrong with it, though? But I couldn't get it quite right. Oh, so that's why he's the same as Kaido. But it worked out just fine. He can still spit fire, and he's super strong. He's the guardian deity of Wano now. You really made that? Awesome. And his color? Pink. Is that why he calls it a failure? Because it's not blue, but pink? Drat, you see? Another monumental failure. Oh, gosh, he's a perfectionist. What's wrong with that? I get it. He's a genius and a perfectionist. That's the problem with it. That's why it's a defective. Dude. It made an exact copy of Kaido's fruit. Can you imagine that? If Momo just, like, trains it really good, he might just be as strong as Kaido one day. What about this robot? You made it too, right? Old man, make it move. Ah, that's probably from the Void Century, Luffy. Oh. I'm afraid you're mistaken. This is the legendary Iron Giant that attacked the Holy Land of Marijoa about 200 years ago? 200 years ago. What happened 200 years ago? It's nothing. Nothing that comes to mind. 200 years ago? This is the legendary Iron Giant that attacked the Holy Land of Marijoa about 200 years ago. He did not make it. It attacked Marijoa from 200 years ago. Yes, but it was built over 900 years ago. Ouch. So these robots, machinery, or whatever you call them, they were made 900 years ago and they can be activated. Okay. They can be activated somehow. Its objective remains unknown. I heard it ran out of power before it could cause any casualties. Either way, I'm sure the scientists of the time were absolutely flabbergasted. Such advanced technology would have seemed totally alien to them. None of them could tell where it came from or what it was trying to do. That's so crazy. It's from 900 years ago, but the technology is way beyond what they know right now. Dang, just imagine how much the world would have progressed if the world government did not hinder the ancient kingdom and what they can do. Because then we're like backtracked. Now they only have this much technology, but they could have been way ahead if the ancient kingdom not survived, but like if they were not erased back then. Ouch, my foot. It seems the world government ordered its destruction, but the scientists of the time couldn't help their curiosity. That's what they do. That's why they hid it here to be passed down without the government's knowledge. The government does not even know this one exists. But it doesn't move anymore. It ran out of battery power. Huh. Good job on finding this place. From the town... excuse me. The entrance should look like a wall. We just stumbled here since we were all... old. The beetle's still on his hat! Yeah, we were playing old. Lost. Oh, I see what he's saying. Because they were old. Because Bonnie used her power on them. Oh, that's a shame. Wait, they're watching them? Maybe Shaka is like... Because right now they are looking at them on the screen. Or maybe is Shaka just showing them the robot? 200 years ago, that's around the time the Fishman rights movement started to gain ground. Oh, right. Yeah, 200... That was 200 years ago. Okay. When... Was it 200 years? It was. That they became a part of the world government. The Fishman rights movement started to gain ground. Yeah. So you're saying that robot... Oh, that robot climbed the red line? Most likely. No wonder it lost power before it could attack. It had to climb up the red line. Where did it come from? Probably Fishman Island. Could it be in the Noah before? Or just deep in there somewhere? Huh. I created Vegaforce 01 based on what I learned from it. But I lacked the scientific prowess to reverse engineer every aspect of it. It's difficult to believe that this mechanized soldier was made over 900 years ago. Even Vegapunk can't figure it out. Dang. There's something even you couldn't recreate? Frankie looks up to Vegapunk so much. It's power source! That's why he can't restart it. There's something from the Void Century that is kind of like a battery for these things. It must be in Laugh Tale! They're like power stones or something. Or it could be like moon rocks. In the past, they had a power source that would upend our modern ideas of what's possible. What is it? Well, at any rate, it's good to know Luffy and others are okay. Who's that girl, though? That's Jewelry Bonnie. She's a pirate. I thought the one we saw before was a little girl. Oh, it's her fruit. And the way Vegapunk's head works is crazy. I know. I truly did the terrible thing to Bonnie. Yeah, you should get down and beg her to forgive you, old man. You young dolt. Like you know anything about it. Is Chopper like treating her? Poor thing. There's something I have to give her. It's Kuma's brain, isn't it? Kuma's memories? There's something I have to give her. Regardless, I feel like fate brought you here today, Straw Hat Luffy. Please, can you take me away from Egghead? He knows that Lucci's coming to kill him. Oh, okay. Oh, huh? Please, can you take me away from Egghead? I guess he's not allowed to leave. But if Luffy, like, kidnaps him... Okay. Maybe... Okay. Because I'm saying earlier that Vegapunk's gonna die here, and then they won't know about the Void Century, so they have to go to Elbaf. But now, it seems like Vegapunk is not ready to die. Maybe he talked to Dragon about this. Maybe he's going with them to Elbaf. That would make sense, right? Because then they trust Vegapunk, they know him. So if they bring Vegapunk over there, they would be more welcoming of them too. I mean, they saved a lot of the giants, so it should be okay. What's going on? No! Already? They're here! Lucci's here! No! Are we gonna see him fight Luffy? There's a Cypher Paul for requesting entry to Egghead Port. But poorly trained pets. Reports indicate that Jewelry Bonnie was spotted making her way here too. That pest keeps slipping away from us, so they're trying to get Bonnie too. She served her purpose. Let's just terminate her on sight. She served her purpose. They probably used her power too, like the lineage factor of her fruit, to make the Seraphims, because they're like younger and stuff. Dang, Hattori looking good. It's a pigeon. Dang. Shaka, there's a government ship. It'd be bad if they found us harboring pirates. What does CP0 want with us, and why did they bring Rob Lucci? I say we just hand this riffraff over. After all, that Lucci fellow is an assassin, right? They're all gonna leave. What? Rob Lucci? Hey, hurry up and give us our legs back. No, that guy's still around. You can't let him in. Don't you worry, Robin-chan. Oh, I'll protect you no matter how many times he comes back. Robin's just like, oh, he's here? Tell them to hand over the Seraphim and leave. We're declining the request to dock. Okay, so he knows that they are there to bring back the Seraphim. I doubt agents of the world government will respond well to that, so prepare for battle. He knows they're after him. No! Kamabaka Kingdom Grand Line! Dragon-san! Kuma-san's acting weird. Kuma-san, wait, we're trying to repair you. Maybe, like the Seraphims, they might be connected to the real people. As you know how we've seen Aboa, Mihawk, Kuma, and Jinbei Seraphims. If one dies, like say, if Boa dies, her Seraphim dies too. They're probably connected somehow, maybe in the same idea of Vegapunk cutting up his brain to put into different clones. Maybe it's kind of like that, but it's not brain, but like something, use something. Kuma-san, wait, we're trying to repair you, because that Seraphim is broken, is what they're saying. And right now, Kuma is also, there's something wrong with it. Kuma-san, what's wrong? Is he still being controlled by the Navy? He's like jolting. And there's smoke coming out of his mouth. Kuma-san, where are you going? You're in no state to be moving like that. You're still not yourself. Or is he sensing that Bonnie's in danger? What's with him? I don't know. Kuma-san, come back. He's running. Ooh, wait, Dragon's in there too? Oh, never mind, because they did say Dragon-san. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. Talk to us, Kuma. Where do you want to go so bad? Stay with us. We are not done fighting. The Revolutionary Army is just getting started. A mad dash to where? Oh, break next week. Yeah, I figured. But like Dragon, Kuma, and Eva-chan. This is a nice panel of the three of them. Like, I feel like this is the most emotion I've seen in Dragon. He's like, talk to us, Kuma. Where do you want to go so bad? Because now we know just how deep the connection is. The Revolutionary Army started with these three. So their bond is deep, like really deep. Even before when we knew that they were part of the Revolutionary Armies, like Kuma and Eva-chan, it's like, oh yeah, they know Dragon. But with the information that we have now, knowing that the three of them were the start of the Revolutionary Army, like that's insane. It meant that they were all in the same state of mind. They all wanted the same thing, right? A passion so strong enough to want to build something. And like it's been so many years now, and they're still doing it, right? Like look at Dragon and Eva-chan. What is it? Break next week. Okay. Yeah, that's what I think right now. That whatever the Seraphims are, it's kind of like a similar idea as to Vegapunk splitting up his brain, putting it into clones. So if like the original Vegapunk dies somehow, the other ones would also die. Would it? Yeah, I would think so. Because they're all Vegapunk. So they would all die. So same for the Seraphims. But when they got the Seraphims, the government, they were trying to catch the Shichibukai. Probably they just want to like put them in Impel Down or something. To kind of like protect them. So that they don't die. It's almost like Moria's fruit. Where he takes the shadows, but if the person dies somehow, the shadow goes with them. And so he loses the zombie. Because when you think about it, all of this, it's about their fruit. And the lineage factor is a big thing here. It's not like Vegapunk can just create something out of nothing. There has to be something. And he's using the lineage factor. And so the original person has to be alive. Like, why else would they keep Kuma alive? Right? I don't think they need him. They are trying to kill Bonnie, though. So there is no Bonnie Seraphim. But they probably use her power to make them tiny. And then make them grow and stuff. Dang, I need the brain fruit for this. My brain can't handle this much. Have to think about it. Oh. Can't believe we actually saw a dragon again. Kuma. I want to see the backstory of it. Kuma and Bonnie definitely will make us cry. I can already see it. And it seems like Vegapunk is... he feels sorry about what he did. It's so hard. There's so many different perspectives here. It's not like you can say one side is right and one side is wrong. There are so many gray areas. And even with Vegapunk, it's like, dude's a genius. And he's just trying to progress the science and the technology for the good of the people. But in doing so, you kind of step on other people. And then they hate you. But you just want to do good. That's hard. I want to see the backgrounds, like the backstory for Bonnie and Kuma. Because then if we see that, we would find out some more information about the Revolutionary Army. Maybe about Luffy's mom. And all that stuff. We'll see how it goes. I can't believe Lucci's already here. I thought it would take them a while, but they were pretty close. Okay. Break next week, though. It's fine. Oda needs his break. But yeah, really gonna have to think about this. It's so interesting, though. I like it. This is what like new arcs do to you, because everything's so new, different perspectives, different style, different island. Oh, and there's that robot from like 200 years ago. It had to be, because like if they have a power source that seemingly does not exist in the present time, how was it able to move 200 years ago? When it was made from 900 years ago. So the power source still exists. Where to find it though? I said earlier it could be like in Laugh Tale, but then 200 years ago, does that mean somebody was there? But like the timeline, it has to relate with the Fishman Revolution thing that happened back then. Maybe they did. Poseidon existed 200 years ago. Because it's like every, couple of years, hundreds of years, Poseidon gets reincarnated in a princess. In a princess's body. And so I'm thinking 200 years ago, Poseidon was there. Like she got reincarnated. And it somehow connects Maybe before Roger, there was someone who almost did it. But 200 years ago, who could it be? I don't think, like, rocks would not be that old. 200 years ago. I'm trying to connect all the pieces. I feel like they would connect, but it's like, oh, there's a missing piece. But yeah, that's a very sus. How that robot was able to move 200 years ago. There has to be a power source. Dang. Yeah, that's all I got right now. Ah. Gosh. This requires a lot of thinking. The fruit thing, though. Oh, gosh. The brain fruit. Did not think of that. So cool. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the chapter. If there's anything I've missed, please tell me. Because when I read it like this, I know there are a lot of things that I'm missing. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. We won't have One Piece chapter next week. But in other videos, I'll see you. You guys have an awesome day. Bye-bye.